All right, everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is King of Cards Tarot Readings coming to you with a general collective message. Now, if you've been here before, you know, you know what I'm about. You know what I try to do. I'm always looking for the good. I'm always trying to find the good. I'm always trying to make things better. We've had, I feel, some really good readings the past few days. The energy pivoted and has begun to gain traction in the direction of our deeper desires. And I feel that this spread speaks of more of the same. Now, I guess I should give you a flash reading before I jump into the full analysis. So, I guess what I'm getting overall is that there was something that was out of your control in the past. It was you were unable to have any influence on this situation or this person. And we had a reading a little while back about a manipulative person who, because they were given social preference, their decisions really guided that small collective, and you were kind of given the choice to make the best of it or walk away. Now, what I'm seeing here is not necessarily directly referencing that specific situation, but is looking at the energy of that situation, or I'm looking at that energy as a reference for you to understand this new vibe that we're getting today. So, what I'm getting is that basically you are becoming more valuable to the people and situations that you're involved with. And because of that, because of the value you're gaining, people are paying attention to your likes and your dislikes, and they're starting to make decisions informed by what you like and what you don't like. They're not making their decisions entirely based on what you like and what you don't like, but they are letting your reactions and your preferences become a part of their conversation and their decision making process. That's a good sign. So I'll jump into the reading now. For our main issue, we have Two of Discs, which is called Change. Now, this has come up for us a few times, and you'll know that I don't see this card as representing a change from one state to another state, but rather I see this card as representing a cyclical change between two states of being. And so I'm seeing this as your dual process of being for or against things, and how you show that, or how that is visible in the world around you. So maybe just before we even get into anything else, be more vocal about what you like and what you don't like, and what makes you happy and what you're really not into. I do think communicating that will help the environment you're in to place you more effectively within frameworks that can bring you more of what you like and keep the things you don't like somewhat isolated from you, or keep you somewhat isolated from those things. You know, maybe they put you on the east side of the building, and the thing or person you don't like is on the west side of the building. And yeah, you're both an integral part of the company, but you don't have to be working in the same space if you don't get along. Or you don't want to be in the water, so they don't make you a lifeguard. They make you a concessions vendor. Just be. This isn't the reading saying this, but I'm saying be more vocal about the things you do and don't like, and make it clear in moments when you're enjoying something that you enjoy it, and in moments when you're not enjoying something that you don't enjoy it. This will benefit you. Okay, so for our right hand opposal, our positive influence or future state, we have the Magus. And the Magus is all about intentional action that is done for an intended outcome. So the goal is to get the can of soda out of the vending machine so coins are put in the slot and a button is pushed. And those actions are not done for their own enjoyment, they're done in order that the soda comes out. Versus, what's a good example? Mm, Popping bubble wrap, right? There's no result from that. The the popping is the enjoyment, or even the drinking of the soda once it comes out. That's the goal. The act is its own reward. So this is, to me, pointing to, first of all, you being more demonstrative and performative of your likes and your dislikes, to the result of informing your environment to your preferences. But then also, I'm seeing your environment doing things in order to get your like and your dislike met. Now be careful, because this Magus does have a mischievous undercurrent, and if you haven't been already starting to cut yourself away from that conflict energy of the Princess of Swords, this Magus can actually come to bite you and do things intentionally to get a negative reaction from you. Now, if you see this happening, you need to show the greater environment that brings you displeasure, that this person acting to get a negative response from you is displeasing to you, and therefore the environment should step in to mediate that. Okay, for our left hand opposal. Sorry, I'm so yawny. We have Seven of Swords, called Futility. So, Futility, it's about, to me, this card is about how a great force cannot resist a multitude, basically. This card and Eight of Swords Interference have sort of opposite meanings, because Eight of Swords says the multitude can be overcome with the right effort on the part of the few. But this card is saying without that right effort on the part of the few, the strength of the individual is not enough to overcome the combined strength of possibly weaker collaborators. And so, yeah, this card is showing me. So, first of all, this is our past tense or our negative influence. So, I'm getting a couple things. One, I'm getting that the environment can work for you or against you. And in many ways, the environment has worked against you in the past, partly because it didn't know what you were for or against. And so it was acting on behalf of those members who it did understand their preferences. Oh, dang it. Did I lose all of that? I hope not. Looks like it's saying 13. Alright, I'm going to run this through and let's hope. It looks like it's at 13. You know, it's the thing I record with. Sometimes it'll only record up to 5 minutes worth, and then it overwrites. So I think we're good because we're coming up on 14 minutes, and I don't think it's been overwriting. I hope not. I might have to redo this reading. If not, though, hey, sweet, we're still here. If you're hearing this, it's all fine. So yeah, the Seven of Swords, Futility. In the past, you felt unable to get what you need out of a situation. You felt like everything was against you. And I'm seeing, though, that this same dynamic can work in your favor when it comes to, again, that person who might be manipulative and working against you. Because when the collective is on your side, they will all step in against that figure, that force. So, Yeah, if you can work with your collective will work with you. King of Cards, tarot readings, yeah. We're trying to build a collective here. We're trying to find a way to find each other. And we don't have to find each other in the physical to strengthen the web of our existences. So, let's see here. Because I'm uncertain of if this is recorded entirely or not, I am going to sort of wrap it up in case I have to do it again. But for our deck top card, we have Six of Cups called Pleasure. And so this is saying to me that you are a member of whatever group you're involved in, and as such the group does want your pleasure. You you serve the group through your participation, and the group wants to serve you for your participation. Um, you're not in control of the group isn't in control of you, but you're participating, and therefore there's an equality that you participate in, and you bring things to the table, and there are things at the table that have been brought for you. So be willing to pay in to the group, and also know that it's not your responsibility to make the whole group happy. You just have to show up, voice what is good for you, and do what you can to make the group happy, or make members of the group happy. You don't have to do all the work when you're part of a larger group. So, yeah, let's see if I can synopsize. Synopsize? I bet there's a real good verb there. Synopsis. Synopsate? I'm gonna look that up. Um. So yeah, the core issue here is your going back and forth between liking things and disliking things. Be clear about that. Don't be afraid to share what's good for you and what's not good for you. And then on the horizontal axis, we have from Seven of Swords futility to the Magus. Something that seems like you don't have any power over it may just require you doing something for a result and playing with that a little bit. And also, you may not have to do the thing when the group is in your favor, and when you can communicate to the group, it will elect the member of the group who is most suited to fulfill that Magus role, to push you towards your pleasure vertical axis. The group wants your happiness, because when you're happy, you serve the group. And yeah, when and if someone in the group is intentionally causing you harm, let the group know, and the group will work to calibrate that and equalize whatever is causing that dynamic, whether that means informing that person, like, hey, maybe you think this is serving the group comedically or something, but it's not serving the group, and you can change your behavior or you can leave the group, kind of. That's what I'm feeling from that. So, yeah, I think this is a very good reading. I think this is a good sign coming from where we were yesterday that, you know, your environment, this group, may not be your intended long term focus. This may not be your goal or your vision or your path, but while you're involved, it is your environment, it is your ecology, and as such, you're not isolated. You are a member, and you would do well to remember that. So, yeah, feel free to be a member here at King of Cards Tarot Readings, where the collective is king, which is something I hate, okay? I hate group dynamics, I hate social realities. I'm individualistic to a fault, and that's part of why I'm making this offering to the collective. I'm saying, hey, I want to help other people, and if my worst enemy can listen to one of these messages and move in a positive direction, I'm all for it, you know? And I don't have a worst enemy because I'm my own worst enemy. And so if I can listen to these messages and, move in a positive direction, wonderful. So I think that's all I've got for today. I look forward to tomorrow. I think some good stuff's coming through, and things are moving around in the background. New potentials will be available as things shift. So don't think that tomorrow is going to be like yesterday, but understand that these fundamental dynamics will always be at play. You know, when these fundamental dynamics start to change, we won't even be having this kind of conversation. It's going to be a whole different ballpark. So, for now, while we're still in the physical, this is what we have. While time is still at play, yeah, you got to check where you're at in time. And it's part of why, even though these readings are timeless, I am date stamping them. I'm not just putting them up with their title. The date is important. This is my 11/11 message. So, you know, maybe one person is going to watch this on 11/11, but, in a year or two, someone's going to come back and they're going to check this message because of the title. I don't know what that is yet. I'm going to go back through and listen and try and pick out a good title. But someone's going to come through based on the title, going to be listening to this, and then the 11/11 aspect's going to come out, and they're going to be like, holy shit. Or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, just thank you to everyone who will watch this, listen to this, interact with this, and yeah, go back. Go back to the beginning and watch the progression because there's a story being woven here, and you're a part of it if you're hearing this. Um, yeah, so I've said it before, and I will say it again. Please like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you will be alerted when new messages drop. This is King of Cards Tarot Readings. Stay safe out there, and until next time, I'll see you real soon.